Hi everyone, and thanks for spending some of your time with me today. Now it's that time of year again, and on Saturday, November 3rd, I'll be taking part in the Extra Life fundraiser for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I think it's fair to say that kids deserve to be kids. Whatever you take that to be, whether it's playing sports, running through parks with friends, or playing board games, card games, or video games. Growing up, I was able to take this really simple concept for granted. Many of us were. However, there are many, too many, who lose large parts of their childhood to illness through no real fault of their own. And still, in some cases, there are those whose lives are cut tragically short while they're still so young. As I've grown, I've come to learn to try to take nothing for granted in life. I've had my difficulties, but they are very small compared to those that some of these kids are going through. Now, I had help while I went through my struggles, and I'm in a place now where I can help and I want to help these kids while they're going through theirs. I'm not a doctor or medical professional of any kind. I can't heal them. I can't help them feel better physically, so I'm choosing to do what I can instead. I'm participating in Extra Life. Now, if you aren't familiar with Extra Life, it's a fundraising drive for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, with 100% of donations going to support a local Children's Miracle Network hospital. In my case, if you choose to donate to my page, all proceeds raised will go to Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. Extra Life has been running since 2008 and has raised over $37 million to help sick and injured kids. Extra Life was formed to honor Victoria Enman, who was suffering from acute lymphoblastic leukemia and sadly passed away from it. You can see her story on the Extra Life website, extra-life.org. Extra Life was aided by the sarcastic gamer community, who sent gifts and video games from all over the world to Victoria while she was sick. Children's Miracle Network hospitals are one of the most efficient and transparent charities you can choose to donate to, nearly 90% of donations going to program expenses. You see what that means? If you donate $10, $9 goes directly to help kids, with that $1 going towards administration costs and things like that. They also received a 4 to 4-star rating for transparency. In my local case, every year, 95,000 kids from Calgary, across the province of Alberta, and the country rely on care from the Alberta Children's Hospital. 95,000 kids. Kids. When you hear a number like that, sometimes you can turn into a statistic in your head and kind of take the human face off of it. So what I'm going to do is tell you a short story of a young man who was helped by a children's hospital in an amazing community. Brand Chauvelard was a young man from Wales in the United Kingdom. He was a fan of many amazingly nerdy things. Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Warhammer 40k. And I came to know of him through the Warhammer universe. Now, in 2017, Brand was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma, a rare form of soft tissue cancer. He had to endure rounds of chemotherapy, hospital stays, radiotherapy, and numerous infections. In the Warhammer 40k universe, superhuman soldiers called Space Marines are organized into chapters. Brand was a fan of a chapter known as the Space Wolves. Space Wolves are known for being the fiercest warriors and for their loyalty. Well, Brand was no exception. While he was in the hospital, he fought bravely, and while there, an Iron Warrior from Iron Warrior cosplay visited Brand to help boost his morale. The video of their meeting went viral in the community. In this picture, you can see Brand's face when the person in the cosplay costume walked into the room. And here you can see the person in their cosplay, just an amazing cosplay, with Brand in the bed there, kind of doing what he can to try and cheer him up. Now, this inspired the community to come to the young wolf's side. Over 1,500 people flocked together to donate, make things, send things, and support this amazing boy battling cancer. In this picture, you can see Brand holding a bolt pistol that someone had handmade for him. Usually these things are carved out of a foam, painted, everything on these handmade. It was just amazing. Now, on March 5th of 2018, Brand received good news. He was finished his chemo and would be able to go home. He was able to spend more time with friends and family once again. However, soon after, during an MRI, tumors were found on his brain. The doctor found them to be terminal. At 11:45 a.m., Saturday, April 7th, in 2018, surrounded by family, Brand passed away. At the celebration of his life, cosplayers from several different franchises attended. And you can see, I think Brand would have loved it. To this day, there is a dedicated Facebook group called Brand's Great Company that continues to help sick and injured kids in his name. Brand has even been immortalized in a Space Wolves actual rulebook with the following passage, listed as a quote from Brand Saberwolf, Lord of Magnier's Crag. "We have crossed the sea of stars in the name of the Allfather and the Wolf King. These voyages were a time for camaraderie, a time for meditation, a time to prepare for glories to come. But we are at voyage's end, my brothers, and now shall our warrior fury be unleashed." It's the very least I can do to help kids like Brand. Taking this day to raise money to help kids is something I've chosen to do. Now, hopefully you can help me by either making a small donation or just coming to hang out with me for a little while and chat. Whether it's $10, $15 that you want to donate rather than buy a couple of booster packs of Magic, or a couple of pots of paint for your miniatures, or some DLC for your favorite game, or even a larger or smaller amount, doesn't matter. I want to say a personal thank you, and you'll be entered in some giveaways that'll be done during the stream on November 3rd. Now, speaking of the stream, it will take place at twitch.tv/GasCityGaming. If you can't tune in that day and join in the fun, you can always visit my fundraising page at any time at extra-life.org/participant/GasCityGaming. My goal this year is $1,000, double last year's goal of $500 that we reached. Now, I'm challenging myself by doubling this goal, and I'm challenging you guys to help me reach this goal for the kids. Now, if you would rather donate to your local Children's Miracle Network hospital, please do so. I know they'd really appreciate it. If you aren't sure how much to donate, that's okay. Even a couple of dollars can buy a box of crayons for a child to color with so they can forget why they're at the hospital, if only for a few minutes even. Well, thank you again for giving some of your time today. I hope to see you on November 3rd for the fun, but if nothing else, please help Extra Life and Children's Miracle Network hospitals help kids. Thank you.